Hi everyone, today I'm talking about Dropbox stock, which is a stock that I own. I've been buying since about December time last year, and what a day it had on Friday. We're going to cover the earnings, what I'm going to do with Dropbox shares, but absolutely fantastic kind of earnings from them. I was kind of like coming back from a meal at the time when they were reporting earnings, and the reported earnings was like, I got a notification saying that it was up 15%, and I was surprised. You know, I was expecting a decent earnings from Dropbox, but I was certainly surprised with them sort of earnings. So we'll get stuck into some Dropbox today. Just to let you know, I'm not going to make a video on this because I've covered Pinterest stock so much recently on my channel and I didn't want to make another video, but just to let you know, I have bought a few more shares in Pinterest and I've doubled my position, and I bought them on about Wednesday, and I bought in at $22.84. But we'll get back onto Dropbox, and obviously we had some fantastic earnings. The stock was up 20% on Friday, and on Wednesday I actually doubled my position in Dropbox before the earnings. I said previously on free stocks I'm buying and also the earnings like preview for the week, I said that I was potentially looking at doubling my position in Dropbox, and I did on Wednesday. And now, because of the doubling of the position, my average in price was somewhere around $18, and now I'm currently up something like 27%, which is pretty good at the moment. And I'll get stuck on what I'm planning to do with that position and what I'm going to either sell or buy some more a little bit later in the video, but that's kind of where I am with Dropbox right now. Now, one thing I'm going to say is that when I bought Dropbox, I actually didn't realize how hated it was until I was like posting information about Dropbox, and like I'm going to post the screenshot now, but there was definitely some hate out there after I bought this stock. That's the thing about doing this YouTube side, is that like everyone can see your investments, and sometimes you do get attacked on YouTube for like some of the investments that you do, which is something that you wouldn't really expect, but yeah, it was definitely a hated stock, and I think because of the hate and such a positive earnings, I think that what really helped the stock go up so much on Friday as well. But the earnings itself, obviously it was an EPS beat, it was a revenue beat. There was news about the profitability, that it's going to probably be profitable in 2020, which as I was saying a bit earlier on my previous videos of Dropbox, I was expecting that anyway. We also had the announcement of a big buyback program, and also how much Dropbox were able to improve the margins, which I said on the previous video as well, that Dropbox should improve the margins going forward with some of the investments that they've made, and how the management plan to deal with that going forward. So that kind of all planned out really in this video, or the earnings should I say, and the only really massive surprise was the big buyback overall. So overall I was kind of happy with the earnings, because obviously that's what I was expected when I invested into the company, but I think just that confirmation made people bit more willing to go invest into the company itself. Now obviously the big thing about Dropbox is the growth. Now it's in the cloud industry, and we know how much competition is out there, and we know that's one of the main reasons why people are being put off Dropbox, is because of the competitors that it does have in this industry. But nevertheless, when we look at what Dropbox has done, it's been in this industry for so long. If you're kind of thinking now, after it's been in this industry for like nearly 10 years and it's now going to like suddenly fall off the cliff against these competitors, it's going to be all right, because it's done totally fine over the last few years against them. So I don't understand why they're going to struggle now. You know, sure, you know, they might not grow as much, but it's still going to grow at a healthy double-digit rate. So I think people need to kind of get that past that point that they think they're going to fall off a cliff right now, because they're going to do absolutely fine. And when we look at the balance sheet as well, there's no debt on that balance sheet, so it's not in a sticky position right now as it is. Obviously the CEO is fantastic as well. I think they do a really good job at the management, and also when I saw the CEO buy so many shares with his own money not so long ago, that was obviously the final point where I jumped in. I covered that on the video, that I believe with the CEO buying so many shares with his own money put a little bit more confidence in me buying into the stock as well. So that was one other thing that I saw that I really liked for this company, is how much the management were backing it. And with how it's going to make a profit this year as well, I think that negativity of that it's a company that don't make profit will kind of go out the window as well. So I think overall everything that's looking really good for Dropbox, and I think it deserved this little bit of a jump because it was so beaten down. It was on such a discount after its IPO prices, and when it got up to $40, it's nearly halved really in a year, which is kind of crazy when we look at this kind of discount that it was on. So going forward, I don't have any more plans to buy any more shares in Dropbox right now. I'm happy with the position I have, because obviously I just doubled it on Wednesday, and with me being up quite a bit of percent as well, and the stock being up, I don't like to buy on good news. I like to buy on negative news as well. So I don't really have any plans to like buy any shares. Selling wise, I don't really want to sell just yet, because my target price for Dropbox is somewhere between the $35 to $40 range. I was kind of looking for a, you know, probably a 100% upside on this stock really when I got into it, and even though it's tempted to sell after the jump because I'm up quite a bit, I think, you know, I get into stocks for 2 to 5 years, and I look at the long-term potential, and I think that I would be selling out a little bit too early with this one. I think it's still massively undervalued. So yeah, even if it might take, you know, 2 to 5 years to get there, I see 100% upside in this stock. Obviously a little bit less now with it going up, but I still see massive potential. So I don't want to sell just right now at these prices. So guys, that's me talking about the Dropbox earnings today and my position, and the great return that I've just got really off Dropbox, and just a little information about Pinterest as well. Like I say, I'm not going to make a video on it. I thought I'd just cover it really quickly on this video. But I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. And well done to any of you guys that invested in Dropbox as well at like $18. I'm sure some of you guys are up pretty big if any of you bought that stock. If you did, let me down in the comment section below. I like to know you guys that are watching what stocks you own and if you've made any gains as well. As always, guys, if you give the video a like, that'd be absolutely amazing. Subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you in the next video.